Thank you so much for agreeing to be interviewed again, Harry.
Oh, Harriet.
Harriet what? What did you eat, Harry?
No, Harriet, that's my name now.
Oh, you're a witch, Harriet.
That's right.
Like a transgender.
Like a transgender, yes.
Well, you look at that. I can tell. I can tell from the hair. It's very long. Okay. Can I ask you a personal question, Harry?
Oh, here it comes. All right, go on.
Was it the hypnosis porn that turned you trans?
I'm sorry?
The hypnosis videos.
I think I'm going to need you to elaborate on that.
Well, respected mental health counsellor Stephen Hassan expressed concern recently on Twitter that there were trans hypnosis videos on a rather popular adult media site which were tricking people into thinking they were transgender, indeed perhaps causing people to transition who aren't really transgender. Highly sophisticated mind control, he said, highly sophisticated.
No, I can't say I've watched any erotic trans hypnosis videos on the internet.
Makes you think though, doesn't it, Harriet?
What do you mean?
Well, there are a lot of easily influenced young people on the internet, and suddenly there's a huge burst in the number of trans people in the world. Coincidence? Methinks nay.
But hang on, if you wanted to watch one of these videos, if you clicked on them, if you wanted to watch a video that would hypnotize you into thinking you're trans, could that be because you already kind of want to transition? Like, do people who aren't kind of trans really watch these videos?
Well, I haven't.
Okay. But also, if trans people had access to highly sophisticated mind control, wouldn't we be using it to just make cis people less transphobic? Half the trans agenda is to just be allowed to use public toilets without any trouble.
You know what, Harriet? As long as you keep using the men's toilets, I'm happy for you.
I don't use the men's toilets, I use the women's.
Well, I just think that's wrong. You're putting women in danger, Harriet.
I actually spent a lot of time in the girls' toilets when I was a student. There was a troll in there once. I rescued my friend from it. There was a giant snake too. It's not a euphemism. A lot of people are actually only alive because I was in the girls' loo.
Well, I hope you understand what's happening in the Muggle world. Trans rights activists are trying to make it easier for trans women to use women's toilets.
In what way?
Self-identification. They want to make it so you can identify yourself however you want, get the gender marker on your ID changed, and just march on into women's toilets, even if you're a man.
I hate to break it to you, Rita, but I've never had to show my ID to anyone before going into the toilet. I tried going into the men's toilet and people just yell at me to go into the ladies and say I've got the wrong toilet. Changing ID markers is really not going to change who goes into the toilet. If a creepy guy wants to go into the women's loo, he's just going to do it. There's nothing stopping him now. All the while cisgender women, like yourself, are being stopped and harassed in the women's toilets just because people, like yourself, are harassing them for looking too masculine.
I do have large, mannish hands and a heavy-jawed face. People comment on them sometimes in the toilets.
In the long run, I think a lot more cis women are going to be harassed than trans women.
But these transgenders, it's a sexual perversion. It's called autogynephilia and was proposed by a cisgender sexologist named Ray Blanchard. Admit it, Harriet. You get your rocks off going into the ladies' toilets.
I really don't. No offense, but I don't get turned on by the smell of pee and poo.
Well, neither do I. But that's why you use pronouns, isn't it? Everybody uses pronouns. It's part of language. But the transgender women use pronouns to trick real women, to lull them into a false sense of security, and then they pounce. Female pronouns let your guard down, you see, which is ideal if you're a monster and you want the women you're talking to think you're safe. You've had a lifetime's experience learning to be alert to him and relax to her for good reason.
This instinctive response keeps you safe. It's not even a conscious thing. It's like your hair's standing on end. Your subconscious brain is helping you not get eaten by the saber-toothed tiger that your eyes haven't noticed yet. But we don't even use gendered pronouns in the first person in English. You and I haven't used pronouns for each other once in this conversation. If I go to the toilet and say hello to someone, we're not using pronouns for each other, and these things are just a lot more complicated than all this. Cis women are violent sometimes too. The way you talk about cis women just completely erases any problems with violence like cis lesbians might have in a relationship, for example. Do cis women abusers use pronouns as rohypnol? If a woman is a convicted abuser, should we start using male pronouns for her? I'm not convinced, Harriet. I just don't think transgenders should pee. Well, what about trans guys? Shouldn't they get to use the men's toilets if that's right for them? Even if you hate trans women and think we're all disgusting perverts, surely you can respect trans men. Well, I would. If it wasn't a conspiracy. Go on. Well, first of all, it's a form of conversion therapy. These happy young girls, who would normally grow up to be perfectly ordinary lesbians, are being convinced that they're trans boys instead and should mutilate their bodies so they can become heterosexual men instead of lesbian women. You're just trying to sterilize girls by turning them into men. Lesbians are going extinct. You're saying transitioning is all about converting gay people into straight people? Exactly. Rita, do you have any idea how gay trans people are? Literally, the vast majority of trans men and trans women, not to mention non-binary people, are either gay or bi. To be clear, most trans women who transition continue to be attracted to women, and so many trans boys are femme-gay boys. Some are even drag queens. A 2015 survey found that only 23% of trans men identified as straight men. That's less than a quarter. If they really wanted to just be straight, most trans guys would have better luck not transitioning at all. People don't transition to just avoid being gay. If anything, trans people are even more gay than the general population. We're the gayest. Is that why you're trying to replace women and create a slave class of workers? Oh, there's no use denying it, Harriet. We all know about it in the gender critical community. These men who identify as women, the point is to enact their male privilege to replace real women. Male privilege? Most cis men don't even support trans rights. If I use the men's toilets, I get harassed and assaulted. How's that male privilege? I'm not benefiting from this at all. Oh, don't even try it. We know what you're up to. I'm a journalist. I've read thousands of tweets which prove exactly what you're up to. You're planning to turn real women like me into slaves. But who is behind this conspiracy? Big Pharma. Big Pharma are trying to transition everyone to make more profit. That's ridiculous. There are so many types of medication with a much bigger, more easily accessible customer base, like birth control. Why isn't birth control a conspiracy? Or COVID vaccines, why? Oh. You've got a conspiracy for everything, haven't you? Well, you know who's behind Big Pharma, don't you? It's pretty obvious. Oh God, they're always the ones behind it. No, please don't say it. Jews. Oh God. Do you realise how dangerous this is getting? You're falling into anti-Semitic ideology just to support your ridiculous theories. You gender criticals have given up so much for your conspiracy theories. Cisgender women like yourself are being harassed in the women's toilets because of your own conspiracy theories. I like being harassed in the toilets because I have large masculine hands. It's a sacrifice I must make for women everywhere. God, you're not helping women by encouraging this kind of behaviour. You're sacrificing your own freedoms, allying with conservatives who would quickly dismantle any human rights you have as a woman. Your greatest allies are the people who hate women most. You spent £100,000 just to change the census to make it slightly more confusing for trans people. Money which could have gone to a women's crisis centre or COVID relief. You spent all that money on a minor victory just to mildly inconvenience trans people and do nothing to help women. You're fighting against laws to ban conversion therapy for LGBT people just to make sure you still have the right to use conversion therapy on trans people. You're really willing to cut off your nose to spite your face. I know this is coming from a place of fear. I know you're scared of what could happen because we were all raised in this culture where abusive men have been normalized, and you're scared that if trans women get rights, you can't escape abusive men. On top of that, you're scared for the kids. If you ever want to terrify someone, bring kids into it. Homophobes use that argument too. In the 90s, people went nuts over the fear that Satanists were infiltrating kindergartens. It wasn't true, but it's scary, and it's about kids, and that's enough to drive anyone to extreme lengths. But I'm telling you, I just want to be able to have a wee in private without worrying that some gender-critical weirdo is going to be spying on me peeing over the toilet stall. And if there are any perverts or abusers out there, I'm with you, not with them. I want to fight at your side because to my mind, we're on the same side. I know you want to fight me because you think you're fighting men, the men you're so afraid of. But I'm afraid of those men too. We're in this together. This is hypnosis, isn't it? You are getting very sleepy. You will support my Patreon and like and subscribe and hit the little bell and turn transgender. I've transed you now. Thanks to all my patrons, and a special thanks to Aaron, Kat R, Jairus Edwards, Danny Aiden Stone, ES, Jamie, Juicy Fantasy Queen Plant Hookups, Lord Asriel, Kiki, Marla, Nico, Odd Beyond the Frizzy, Pregnant Seinfeld, Rock the Shell, Sarah R, Sindri LaRose, Siobhan, Susie S, Talon, and Vivica Ballmark. You're all transgender now. Before I go, I just wanted to talk to you about J.K. Rowling's tweets. I don't know her.